Let's unmute myself. So, here we are. We've done a lot of grinding. For those of you that wanted to compare the resources from before to after, what I've done over the last 27, 28 something hours, we've spent over 750 million gold, 150,000 sanguine fabric, 150,000 smoldering scales, as well as close to 5,300 reforge hammers and let me see, refines, like 210 of these ones, and where are those? 150. Okay, we might have just spent 250 reforge hammers. I'm not quite sure. Maybe we had 10,000. We might have just only had 5,000. But yeah, we spent a lot of resources. We've been working on our gear. And yeah, it's time we show Abyss 1 what we're made of. We have to do some gear upgrading still, but for the most part our DPS sets are looking pretty good. And I'm just gonna prepare our max damage counter, so we have that for future reference. Should be pretty quick, I hope. Yeah, then we're pretty much gonna go straight in and try to break some limits, see where that limit actually lies, and maybe we find a new strategy that no one ever thought of before, as unlikely as that is. Let's check. What was the highest? I think it's 33,000 something. Our highest was 33,665. Okay. 33,065. What up, WorGuides? Good question. Do you reckon I should use my two sources to get an A5 Wukong or A3 Kigiri? Honestly, it depends, right? If you really want, if you cleared everything else and you just want to make the most progress possible in Abyss 1, go for A3 Kigiri. But if you want like the most success in, let's say, faction trials, all content, Guild Boss 2, all that stuff, then rather just fix up Wukong at A5 and use the other soul stones you get later to finish. To finish off Wukong or finish off Kigiri, right? It just depends where your priorities lie. If it's really just strictly Abyss 1, go for Kigiri. What's good? Okay, damn it. And set. Alright, so this is our current max damage record. Kigiri, I'm on about getting a rerun banner, fingers crossed. Oh, that would be great, yeah. Yeah, arguably Kigiri's A3 is the best awakening in the entire game, probably. That comes pretty close to the truth. Let's check our 20k chest from yesterday. Abyss 1 epic chest, 1 demon soldier, 1 ancient. Hey, it's not too terrible, but obviously not quite what we need. So yeah, better than A3 ink. Okay, sure. Let's say best non-Lord Awakening in the game. But also Ingrid's A3 is decently conditional. Like in certain scenarios, especially when Ingrid can't hit her basic attacks, you're not gonna see the most benefit from like this reduced fire chance, but yes, Ingrid's A3 is also pretty nasty. Okay, so we have to probably prepare this, and then artifact-wise, Tome of Healing, and then we can upgrade this one. So yeah, for the first couple minutes, it's mostly going to be like preparation, trying to see if we can give our units the gear they deserve, and then yeah, see where we can go from here. Oh yeah, important. We're going to be trying to swap out Diao for Constant. That's what we're going to be attempting. Diao out for Constance. See how that goes. We have this one enclosed. We have Phineas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Silas. Yeah. So obviously the dream goal today is breaking the 60 million shield. Is that anything that's even remotely possible for us? I don't know. I have no idea. I hope it is, but doubtful. We're definitely going to try though. And then after we try to like put everything down again, go with like less important gear and see if maybe we can still find some hope here, but at least for now, without like level increases, artifact increases and such, I don't really see it. I don't really see it. Yes, it is a global version sandbox. Yo, JE, was good? Welcome back to the stream. Let's see if we can break 35k as kind of like... Oh yeah, could someone tell me what is the current record on global? Very interested in knowing that. Maybe there's something we can not learn, but maybe we can get some inspiration. What's the current record on global, anyone? $44? Damn. That's pretty close to the highest I've ever seen. The highest I've ever seen was 45 point something. So that's pretty close. I didn't expect us to already be in a situation with 44k plus. That's pretty impressive. Let's see if we can get anywhere close to there. See if we can replicate what they were doing. Yeah, that's I guess the main plan. Because the higher you go, the easier it is to kind of like 37.9, okay? The easier is to kind of like re-engineer an easier strategy based on what works at like the highest level. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at the team yet. Because we're still gonna like kind of try out our own team, see how it goes, and then depending on that we might need to get some more inspirational ideas. But yeah, for the moment we'll see how far we can go. Obviously you see a bit of the gear we've been working on getting and all that. We're gonna be starting by fitting out Torador. We have to do some upgrading, which means in the background, so that we don't run out of gold, because we spent like 750 million. We have to run some geared gold runs, so that we don't end up in a situation where we just can't do anything. Alright, so Toradorus. Do we have multiple Toradors? No, we only have one, but we can reset him with a reset book if we want to. Alright. Lyra's very good pick for those boss with the magic reduction. Yeah, for sure. But if we want to break the 60 million shield, it might be a bit too much of a goal for now, but if we want to break the 60 million shield, trying to kill the 27 million damage magic shield with as few units as possible is basically what we need to do, right? Have a resurgence, whatever. Descent, yeah, we've been spending a lot of resources. Nah, but if we need anything, we can still like get ourselves those. We could be buying packs or whatever, but that's not something I think we need to do at the moment. So Wings of Grace, HP percent, defense percent. We have a couple copies here, and we're looking for something we can put on Mr. Tororodor. Like for example like this, and then here defense, HP, attack speed, defense, attack speed, attack. That's some nice defensive stats. So main goal is that all our like supporting cast are rocking Wings of Grace sets or Invigoration sets for that matter, so that we can support our DPS the best. But also we obviously want some attack speed on Torador so that the defense break has 100% uptime. So let's sort for some attack. Speed here too. Rage region, we don't really care. Yeah, extra defense, why not? Alright, we can refine that later. So let's say Torador is done. Which brings us to... Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big DPSs. Support wise. So we still want to manage to have Wings of Grace set. But we also need HP. We want around 35,000 HP total if possible. So that's what we currently kind of are looking for. So let's see if we can somehow squeeze together something like that. So for example with a piece like this, obviously we can again go back in, refine, rechange, swap out and whatnot. Okay, let's see. So this one is attack, this one is attack, so healing effect would actually be fine. Defense, HP, attack speed, rage region. We're kind of missing. We have something like this. Oh, we do a single piece that has HP as well as attack speed. Okay. Yeah, this one's already pretty nice with HP percent, HP flat, attack speed. 28,000. And now we need attack speed, HP, healing effect, attack. I guess a piece like this does exist. Ooh, constants. Yeah, but we're not going to use it on constants no matter what. And the reverse. So our set would look something like this. Same thing kind of for Percy. How much HP are we looking at the moment? 29,000, so we need a bit more. So HP, attack speed. Here's HP already. Some decent HP. No HP, but nice stats. Okay, maybe we can find some HP percentage here. Falsche needs to Dosa style rework. If developer interview / questionnaire thing is to be trusted, then that seems to be in the works and could already be arriving early to mid-April. Yeah. No guarantees, but it is at least in the conversation. Okay, so these two would be ready. She's basically ready, but here it's kind of where it gets complicated because we want preferably attack with attack flat and attack speed and HP. Where, okay, so this one is already nice. Here we have this one piece we can put in. And here we have HP flat. Now this one would need to be attack, attack flat, attack speed, HP. Not possible, so let's say no attack speed. Also not possible, which means the weapon is preferably attack with attack speed, HP percent. That's an easier swap. So 46,000, we kind of really do want her tanky. And then obviously before we run out of gold, we have to do some reforging. Foundry, recast, and Wings of Grace. Obviously, usually you would like spend like multiple months farming, trying to get these pieces to a level where you don't have to spend these resources to get there. We don't have that luxury, so yeah. Wait, attack speed, attack. Can we? Don't we have something that has preferably like, let's say, attack speed and HP? And it's like we don't really need the rage region, do we? Yeah, 33,000. Okay, once again, Wings of the Goddess. Okay, which pieces are lacking? This piece is good. This piece could be better, but it's fine here. See how long it takes us. Maybe we should accept the low. Okay, that's basically perfect. Don't need anything more. Percy, half done. Torador. We want Torador as tanky as possible. Because if he just dies, then obviously this whole thing is kind of pointless. We have to make it with an alive, or at least on the field, Torador towards the 60 million shield. If not, this ain't working. Higher defense, higher HP, higher flat, no healing effect. Okay. This is decent, this is alright, this has to be better, this is fine. Oh, come on, don't do us like this. We leave it at 50. Honestly, we leave it at 50 as pointless. Let's get into the fight. Okay, so Gate Boss 1, Abyss 1. Let's stop the auto, and it's time to bring out the big guns. If I'm saying big guns, we're talking big guns. You'll see in a bit. So this one, yep. Okay, so Wukong. Let me show you a bit of this Wukong. We have maybe we'll change it a bit, but we're looking at, yeah, some good stuff, as well as 8% damage increase in a Cataclysm set, in the hopes of Wukong hitting often enough, as well as the left side with some HP focus, and then the best we could really make. One issue with the Warlord set is, for like the highest level, of Gate Boss Abyss 1, Warlord just isn't good enough anymore, because you cannot get forced that perfect left side gear. Isn't that crazy? The thing holding back the Warlord set is the fact that you can't get forced that perfect left side gear. Yeah. Good damage. Attack. What if we were to use this? Yes, we're gonna lose out on the attack, but then just bring in a better weapon. For example, this one. Yeah, 25% no. 87, 27. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's set number 1. Set number 2, Kigiri. Kigiri is gonna get a Soulbound Arcana edition of this whole shenanigan, which is also, again, disgustingly strong. But wait. No, is this a random set? Force that. Force. Can I prepare a better one? Is it on Boreas? Yes. Yeah, so this is probably the nastiest set we can come up with at the moment, which includes Force that Perfect, Force that Perfect, Force that Perfect with 2% damage increase, Force that Perfect, you name it, and Force that Perfect. That's basically the nastiest Soulbound Arcana we can come up with. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, we built this whole set for Hex. I remember now. We built this whole set for Hex because we had a Hex weapon, and we're probably not even going to use it now. Whoops. What is with these pieces? They look so normal. Am I missing something? Because we only have 4 perfect chess pieces. There's currently one on Magda. Obviously better. Soul Cadence has his stat. So Wukong, Soul Cadence, Kigiri are decked out. Yeah, this is the Hex gear that we kind of prepared, because Hex exclusive, right? 5% penetration increase. We're probably not even going to use Hex, so yeah, there's that. Means this one, why is it the way it is? Can we have better pieces? Attack, 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 attack. Artifact. Volca. It's already pretty much what we're about expected. Wait a minute. No, Wukong set isn't perfect. What? Why? Ooh, are we focusing on too much? And then Magda's gear, yeah, the hex, the half hex set. Okay, back to back to Volca. Oh, were we using Volca? I don't even know. So fine. Loading screen indeed. Is it? I found the set on these gear borderline impossible to get. 50k seems like a long way to go. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the only way you can get like 30k plus competitive gear is Forge. Pretty much. Like, that's the only way I see this being like realistically possible. Realistic. 57. 3, 4. Oh, and we have Silas too. Yeah. Silas. Where we have a 5% basic attack increase. Do we have any attack left? Let's go with HP for Silas, because I don't know, I feel like Silas always kind of squishy. Yeah, and then Penitence would obviously, yikes, would obviously have to go up. New incoming faction? It's not a faction, at least no faction on the horizon. What is on the horizon is a new class, which is obviously different from a new faction. I spent 2 hours grinding this and could not even break 5k. Okay, I mean, Silas, right? If you just want to break 5k and you have no one to place besides your tank, just place the Salazar there. Been Leia and Asia servers getting 53k for 3 days in a row now. Holy shit. I guess we have to step up our game then. The second shit is absolutely brutal. Yes, I agree. Okay. Let's see what we can make happen here. Hey, Eternal, appreciate it. So, let's tackle this logically. 1, 2, boosted, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1. No, it has to be Kigiri getting the buff from Torador. Okay, so Kigiri, Torad. No. Kigiri has to go further off. So Percy. No. Shit. Chikes. Alright. Kigiri. Buff. Wukong. Buff. Wait, does Alien even reach? It doesn't, right? No. Yeah, so we have to move this whole thing down. What's the best artifact for Silas? Honestly, still Spirit Siphon. Still Spirit Siphon, unless you have his exclusive at like 19 plus. Only really from like 19 onwards the Silas's exclusive strip out the 25 Spirit Siphon. You can try the Claw, but I found it to have like mixed results. Sometimes it beats Spirit Siphon, sometimes it doesn't. Not a huge fan of the Claw, but it can perform better. So yeah, Claw, Siphon, and then exclusive at like 19 plus. So So we want Torador away from as many people as possible. But he's also supposed to give us... we can just place Kigiri here. Yeah. Okay. Kigiri. Torador. Wukong. Phineas. Falcodens, Aelin, Silas, Volker. What? We were too slow on Kigiri or what? Raigar's bad in total for this one if you build him full HP. Bonus stuff says no. Wanna know the reason why? For the score where we want to go, Raigar just doesn't survive. Right? At least from what we've played for the moment, getting past like the 27 million shit, you just can't keep Raigar alive. And if Raigar dies, that's obviously not a great look. And also Torador's Lord bonus should still be slightly stronger for our Nightmare peoples. Okay, once again, run it back. Kigiri, Torador, Wukong, right here, down here, up. There, but then now he doesn't read. No. I don't like it. Okay, so Kigiri, Torador, Wukong, Aelin, Falcodens, Percy, this guy, come on, this guy. Okay, now we just have to hope that Kigiri's ultimate gets ready in time. It does, nice. I have him A5 with 13 attack and 92 damage and he solo second shield. Hex can solo the second shield. 27 million damage? Or are you talking about just the second one? Are you talking about the second magic shield or the second shield? Are we talking 10 or 20 million? 12 or 27 million, right? Yes, but no. The first magic shield, oh yeah, sure. 10 million damage from Hex, I can get behind that. 27 million damage from Hex, no. You can break the second magic shield, but just Twin Fiend and someone else isn't going to be enough, so you would have to bring like at least 3 Infernals. But he's an alternative. The issue is Soulcadence provides so much damage, especially on Forerunners with his rework. It's like even like 10%, 15%, hard to say, more damage, so yeah. Okay. I'm not quite sure what we want to do with the timings here, but I would just expect us to like hold what we have until the shield. Alright. Probably wrong timing on Kigiri. We kinda missed out on stacking another Ember Strike there. This Drake's Bellow should be pretty survivable. Seismic Slam, decently confident, but might as well introduce some healing. Why exactly so what are they doing to Soul? What do you mean? To Soulcadence? Oh, so imagine it like this. Soulcadence now needs less units in his faction on the field to be more effective. Limited to basically 2 additional damage dealers from his faction to give him like the most effectiveness for his Lord bonus. Furthermore, rather than his ultimate just being the fireball that does the big damage, what it actually does is now he does the fireball, it does less damage, but throughout his ultimate, this ultimate is not only longer, but he also with his laser himself, because he gets extra stats to deals more damage. So overall, he needs less units in his faction on the field, especially from the damage variety, and also throughout his ultimate he just deals more damage. That's kind of like the Soulcadence changes. It's nothing super crazy, it's just shifting a couple multipliers, shifting a bit the way it works, but it's still basically the same. Alright, Storm Surge. So far so good. Drake's Bellow. Fine. Thumbs Rats. So we might be making stupid mistakes. I have no doubt that there might be scenarios where we are doing things in a way that could have been done smarter. So you have to excuse us for like struggling a bit with doing it for the first run, right? So don't expect us to get like the global high score with our very first attempt, alright? Oh, we forgot to trigger constants. Whoopsie! So that's one of those things I kinda was referring to, alright? Like, for example, not using constants and still being able to break the shield, you know? You get it. Or triggering Kigiri too late here. See, because we triggered Kigiri too late, Kigiri didn't end up having his ultimate ready, leading to him just getting wiped out, basically, right? Putting us in a pretty unfortunate situation, you could say. But let's make the most out of it. Oh, we lost Soul Cannons there. Interesting. And Volker. Yeah, and here we should be losing Torador, because we really don't have anything to kind of take on that shield. But yeah, here we are at like the Arch Nemesis shield. It's gonna be something we have to figure out, right? 40 million left. Oh, absolutely, right? Like there's two choices. Either you make the every hero in the game stronger by introducing level 70, different gear, more artifact slots and stuff like that. Or the bad one, which would be figuring out a way to get a hero in that somehow increases shield damage of every hero on your team by, I don't know, 500%. Huh? So we'll have to see what they decide to go with. Let's hope they smart, but yeah, it's a hope, not an expectation. Gonna be interesting to see what they come up with. What makes me curious is kind of like what would be the perfect timings for like certain phases, you know? Like, for example, do we trigger Silas's ultimate? Do we hold on to it? I don't know. Not quite sure on that one. Because I'm not enjoying all the new content requiring roster checks or an account full of A5s with the best possibly just for the 1% to even try. I mean, I guess the biggest problem, you know, there would be less backlash about Abyss 1 if you wouldn't know that the 50, is it 50 or is it 60? Whatever it is, that the highest chest doesn't exist, alright? Imagine the developers adding Guild Boss 1, Abyss 1 in, but not having the very top chest there, just like removing it, and then waiting like a month, maybe month and a half, 2 months before they add in the chest. I think nobody would have really complained, because it would have been like, oh wow, the Waits were able to day 1 get the highest chest, guess we have to just wait for like new stuff. Kind of the same with Abyss 1. But with this of like the perception of, oh, even the craziest spender, whatever, can't get the highest chest. It just, I guess, kind of rubs people the wrong way, you know? Obviously not a business or marketing expert, but I think it would have been more acceptable, even though it would have technically been exactly the same scenario. Yeah, obviously. Obviously it would be preferable for all of us if the solution is rather make all existing heroes stronger than find one hero that everybody all of a sudden has to rely on. Oh, we lost Kigiri still, damn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should have been removed the top chest, and also half the HP required to like down Abyss 1 to like maybe 300,000, so that you have like a 10k average for people to down the boss, maybe even a quarter of it. Obviously it would have then been like, oh, it's so easy and whatnot, but you could have like just introduced more chests later. I mean, the developers would probably have their reasons, right? I should have thought about it to some extent. Though, I'm still not quite sure if it even was the intention of the developers to release Abyss 1, or if they just released it accidentally and then were like, here you go. Enjoy, Abyss 1 is here now. So, yeah. I'm not talking about releasing easy. I'm talking about keep it the same difficulty. Just like it's not like the guild boss would all of a sudden be easier. It would still be the same fight. It would just give people a different perspective, a different perception. The big ways, the ones with the accounts that are capable of doing it, would still push for like higher than 35k anyway. But introducing a chest that people then look at and are like, oh, this chest is so out of reach, I hate it, you know? But I might also be completely wrong here. Hard to say. Okay, did we at least place everybody correctly? So we have attack increase, attack increase, attack increase, attack increase, and attack increase. Nice. Considering that there are no game-breaking bugs, it's an unplanned release. Yeah, like for example, for this shield, you could probably like save Wukong's ultimate or like just use Kigiri's to break the shield and then somehow end up getting like more blood. I think, yeah, 10,500 can probably be topped quite easily. Aren't the chests worse given how there are more items, reducing the overall percentage? Just because there's more items doesn't mean the percentage is worse, right? Like the percentage is probably higher even though there's more items. It would be kind of stupid to introduce a chest that gives you less of a chance for the chase item, wouldn't it? I mean, we also obviously only have like pictures to go by, but I don't think it's what they would do, right? Bring in a chest, introduce more stuff, and then somehow all of a sudden the item that everybody's looking for is like 10 times rarer. That would be kind of meh business move, you know? Ah, shit, Kigiri's not ready again. Uh-oh. Yeah, honestly, who knows, right? You had a small bug that made your blood reset every time it's got to 500 for the first 10 seconds of the battle. That's weird. It just doesn't sound correct, but hey, you might be right. What if they release a new source and it's only usable on exclusive heroes? What would be the point? Like the whole unpolished soulstone thing is already just used on exclusive heroes. Mythical units, maybe 2 to 3 years. Like I don't see that being a thing anytime soon. Yep, it's not correct, it's a bug. Indeed. Okay, so triggering these early shouldn't be a problem. Getting Silas to trigger early doesn't seem like it's going to work. Alright, so my plan here is for Worm's Wrath, or like for the beginning, to trigger Soul Cadence for the vulnerabilities. Because his vulnerability doesn't really last all that long. And then when the shield pops up, obviously have Inspiration ready. I guess we waited too long on Kigiri. And then as soon as as Soul Cadence's vulnerability runs out, we activate Volker to then like keep the vulnerability on. We forgot to activate Silas. To like, I don't know, hopefully increase our score a bit more. So already we're like a bit higher, I guess. But again, Kigiri is mostly like sleepy mode here. Okay, nice. So we have the added vulnerability. Don't really need to trigger anyone here. I don't know if they're accurate, but sure. Wait, what's going on? I just put champs. I think would do a lot. Put them on auto ult. I mean, it's how many A5s in this team? Every single hero. Because we're trying to see if it's even possible to break the 60k shield. So 10 for 10. Isn't that great? Damn it, messed up the Kigiri ult. Yikes. I hope we can get away with this Kigiri ult. Okay, so for this phase transition, we have to trigger Kigiri way earlier. Basically, as soon as he transitions the phase, if we want to get off an additional Kigiri ultimate. Otherwise, shit's just not gonna work. Yeah. And here already the first Drake's Bellow is too much. Crazy. Yeah, I mean until she is, right? Until you have a certain set of heroes that can still break all the shields, and then putting in Elowin allows them to get off more ultimates, leading to more damage, right? As soon as you have the ability to take out a DPS while introducing Elowin that then boosts all your other DPS so much that taking out a DPS is a win, that's when Elowin is back in, right? Next exclusive champ? I have no idea. Hope not. I hope we get something that just makes everyone stronger. Like level 70 or something. Something easier to grasp. Probably could have probably could have held off on using Wukong's ultimate because the shield would have been down anyway. So I guess that was kind of a waste. I think we did introduce some extra vulnerability with triggering Soul Cadence in the beginning, triggering him here. So I like the way that looked. Now this was again a miss on Kigiri's ultimate because we went over the like 3-second counter mark. Kigiri needs more rage regen. Maybe with like 20%, but even then we also could have just waited a bit longer on triggering it and kind of still gotten pretty much the same result. Oh yeah, Lyra is what helped us initially break the 27k magic shield. Like, if you're not trying to break the third physical shield, taking out Silas for Lyra makes the second magical shield at 27 million way easier. I think that's what most people were using. Soul Cadence, I think Soul Cadence Phineas Lyra, or Soul Cadence Phineas Hex, or Soul Cadence Lyra Hex. Kind of like these three. So yeah, Lyra, very nice here. Hey, Silas. What is he doing there? Okay, I think this Kigiri timing should have been fine with us getting an extra Kigiri ult off. Yeah. Okay, Meteoric Deluge. And then once the vulnerability from Soul Cadence runs out, we trigger Volker's vulnerability. Huh. Alright, close, but as long as it works. Oh, nice. So we were able to bring everyone through alive. There's only one question. What's the Kigiri timing on the 60 million shield? I have no idea. Not even the slightest. Okay, on the shield instantly seems to work. No. Why didn't you trigger Volker? Ah, but even then, look at this. We still, with everything, have to make up 7 million. So, can we... Yeah, we have to fact check. Did we misplay anything there? Is there something that could have been improved? Because if there is, then obviously we have to do that the next time. Okay. Let's go a couple seconds back. Okay, so we might have triggered Soul Cadence's invulnerability too early. Shouldn't Volker go first? That way everyone benefits from her debuff before they ult. Soul Cadence has the same one, right? Soul Cadence also has the vulnerability right here. It's pretty much us going in with the Soul Cadence vulnerability, and then when the Soul Cadence vulnerability runs out, we put in the Volker vulnerability, or the other way around. It doesn't really matter. It's just that we have 100% uptime on the debuff. So, we go in, we trigger Soul Cadence ulti maybe a bit too early. We activate constants. The important part here will be, was constant active the whole shield? Yes or no? Silas. Silas could have been triggered already. So Silas has to be triggered before the shield. Kigiri's timing was, I would say, pretty much perfect. Maybe us getting a couple more Kigiri buffs at like different places. So there you go, yeah, there we go with the Soul Cadence. Soul Cadence runs out. We wanted to trigger Volker, didn't do it. Or didn't do it perfectly enough. So shield runs out, Constance is still ready. Silas could have had more seconds attacking. The vulnerability phase could have been better. And I think that's pretty much it. So Constance is fine. Silas should have been triggered next to Constance, yes. Soul Cadence doesn't really make too much of a difference because we're going to get the vulnerability from Volker anyway. Now let's check out the timing. So Kigiri, we trigger Kigiri at 100% of the shield. And he instantly gets his counter, so instantly triggering Kigiri is the way to go. Yeah, alright. This is full on retardedness, just seeing how high we can go. But yeah, you're talking about the 60 million shield, right? Do we know the defense amount? Can you show damage tab? Yeah, we will. So 39,000 blood is our current record at the moment. How much attack? Honestly, as far as I can tell, everyone that's not Kigiri, preferably full attack, right side. But yeah, so Kigiri 135 million, Wukong 84, and then 57, 33, 23. The reason why Soul Cadence is so low because his ultimate is only used against the shield. And obviously, the more damage someone is able to... Like, for example, the reason why Wukong is so low, keep in mind, shield damage isn't counted here, right? Silas full attack? No, Silas, I mean, I can show you the stats that we're currently running. So, we have Kigiri in attack, crit damage, attack. And then attack percent, whatever, right? That's the set. Sovereign Arcana. Yeah, we don't have enough to recast anyway. And artifact wise, obviously this one. Wukong we are actually running in Cataclysm, as well as 50% rage regen, because it just, I don't know, kind of happened that way. The whole reason for Cataclysm is because we have a WorGuides exclusive piece, And yeah, it just all fits together nicely enough. Yeah, let me see. Do we have crit damage? Do we have a usable crit damage? Cataclysm? No. I mean, technically. Yeah, no. What about Satcham instead of Silas? He would perform worse, I think. Or maybe he wouldn't. Because if we're just bringing... Maybe he wouldn't. I mean, we can certainly try. Who's to stop us? You want your all epic team? Yeah, wait until we have heroes level 80 and artifacts level 40, as well as a helmet and boots, and also a second artifact slot, and then you can get your epic only 50, 60, whatever K. Yeah. I mean, Satcham might actually be in a tough spot because of Soul Cadence. If we ult with Soul Cadence, we stop Satcham from attacking. But he would stack his attack speed increase anyway. We're gonna try 1 or 2 runs with Satcham, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna swap back. Run it back. I think one part of Satcham's kit is obviously right the distance to the boss, so we obviously want him down here. But we're still not gonna give him a buff, which means placement order-wise everything stays the same. Why would Satcham work better with Twin? Yeah, I will do that in a second. Number one, I just want our units out, then we're gonna pause, rewatch the Kigiri timing, see where we can improve, and then note it down, because Kigiri is going to be the reason why we break the shield, if anything. So, that's something rather important, and it's hard to keep that all in the back of my mind. So I'll have to get myself some aid there. But first I want to place our units, then we can update the squad, and we can figure out the Kigiri timings, and then we can move on. so our max score was 39,045, maybe? It was, yeah, like, I don't know. 39,000, low 39,000. Okay. Was that the same run or already? No, that's us watching the replay of the run. Yeah, so this is the run that went like pretty well. Okay, so Kigiri, first ult, Bello, phase 1, okay. Second ult, instant first shield, okay. Okay, here that didn't work. Was there a damage instance before where we could have activated Kigiri? No. So where does he trigger? Right there. Let's count the seconds after he transforms. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Third ult, 4 seconds after P1 magic. Fourth meteor. That's a lot of Kigiri ults we're going to accrue. Go, 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 go. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth ult. 5 seconds after P2 this. Yeah, 6 is like 90% duration, second physical. One, okay, he transforms. 1, 2, yeah, basically 7 ult on transformation. Uh, 8 is meteors again. 9 upon chain to magic 3. And the 10th Kigiri ultimate we need to worry about is Insta Phys 3 Shield. God damn it. Okay. Should be easy, right? So the first one is here after Drake's Bellow. Should have triggered Soul Cadence in preparation. I mean, if we really want to push the score, then we gotta push the score, right? Why would Twin Fiend boost Cetrum's damage during the physical shield? The only thing Twin Fiend would be doing is have a longer ultimate, hold Cetrum for longer, and fire off magical damage from Cetrum. I don't think that would help us all that very much. Don't read a comment, but the damage type switches right when the message pops up. No, it's not about that, Gangos. I already know it, right? I already know that the damage type swaps as soon as the message pops, but it's about having that like damage wave, right? We pretty much just want to trigger Kigiri during the waves whenever it's like a ground AoE or whatever, so that we can get the Ember Strike. We could probably trigger Wukong a bit earlier, but I'm not certain it would change much. Come on. So. So this time we held Wukong's ultimate so that he like hits onto the boss. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Very happy. I mean, we spent the last 12 hours on Friday doing runs. We spent on the test server some runs. I wouldn't say we have like the most runs, but I would put us in like the top 5.5% of the player base when it comes to just raw amounts of runs. Let's see if we can get Kigiri's ultimate ready in time though. One, two, three, four, five. Might have still been within that 3-second window. It's a bit hard to judge. Slight mistime on Kigiri there. That Kigiri ultimate worked though. Why can't my April tips and April effects both with Invic buff, both full Ancient Sober Arcana and constant ulti break the first magic shield? Maybe you activate your Hex's ultimate too late? Maybe you don't have enough attack on your Hex? Maybe you're missing a crit damage piece on your Hex? Maybe your exclusive isn't high enough? I don't know. Could be a million reasons why. Did we crack the code yet? I mean, if you see 39k blood as cracking the code, yes. If you don't, then no. No, we haven't yet. Okay, which Kigiri ultimate were we on? Meteor, upon change, yeah, alright. Kigiri could have been later. Damn, Sorkanen's dying is unexpected. Might not be super unbelievably terrible though. That's not looking bad. 60 million shield, who? 60 million shield where? 60 million shield what? Fucking bullshit. So, we broke the 60 million shield. But we're not gonna make it past the magic shield. Right? That's just not gonna happen. I don't know about you, but this kind of seems... Oh! So, there isn't any more shields. Huh! Huh! I kind of thought the fight was longer. So, 60 million Phys is the end. Huh. 60 million physical shield is the end. There is no such thing as a 60 million magical shield. Huh. 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 Damn. Yeah, I didn't expect this one bit. Like, I kind of thought this fight would go like 60 million shield, maybe like 120 million shield, and then, you know? I guess not. Oh. We have everything A5 already. I don't see us making up the 15k blood difference. I would be hard pressed to tell you where to improve. Honestly. Are we at least like number 2 globally? Please? Is that at least in the books? Now we just need to create it in the like, yeah, no. No. So, I mean, there's only so much more we can do with timing. Obviously, so see it like this. The higher your damage, the less you need to be using ults for shields. Like, for example, the 10 million shield we could probably beat with basic attacks. Or like maybe one ultimate. And then that would allow us to use our ultimates against like the boss. Preferably the same thing for like, I don't know, the second shield. Yeah. Yeah, so it is you just yeah. Hey, that's at least something. Let me just quickly see if we can have a look at the leaderboard ourselves. Maybe we can find some inspiration there. Use Falsche, I tried. It wasn't enough in like any capacity. Yeah, but still, I mean, it's not a fair number one. But it is one regardless. We will have a look at the damage numbers in a couple seconds, compare it to what other people on the leaderboards have, and then see if there's like maybe something we can take. Maybe, for example, giving more crit damage to Wukong, or other swaps like that. So give me a second here. So, okay, then we go to here. So, here we would be with 43,840 as well as 44,2928. Obviously, we've been cheating a bit. What I find very interesting is this score with just these 3 units, right? So, Setram obviously isn't here in this team, but still getting this far. That's very, very interesting to look at. So how about we just add in a second scene? So let's see what our units were doing in comparison to what we have here. So what you can see is our Kigiri was performing worse. Barely, you could say. Our Wukong was outperforming that Wukong. Mr. Phineas right here lost out to Hex. Setram obviously isn't on there, but he's outperforming Lyra. Our Soul Cadence is doing way worse by comparison. But again, so we're mainly using Soul Cadence's ultimate against the shield. So what I think is possible is for us to use, for the 10 million shield especially, for the 10 million shield is using just Phineas to break the 10 million and then using Solka's ultimate on the weakened boss. Yeah, but it was a couple seconds, maybe one more Solka ultimate, whatever. Nah, Solka survived the last run. I'm not quite sure why he died. Might have just been bad luck. On the other hand, what else do we have? We have Volker at 23, our at 24, so it's basically the same thing. 14 million from Aelin, 233 from Diao, interesting. And then 4.1 from Percy. Meanwhile, we have 15.8, 8 and 4, but that just means we might just be taking more damage. You can kind of see our Torador is taking a 1.6 million more damage. Outside of that, our DPS are taking way less damage. Like Wukong is taking less than half. Why? If only I knew. If we compare to Fibo right here, so we have Kigiri higher, Wukong higher, no, this guy, ooh, Lust, interesting. And then, I mean, we could also use Lust actually. If we take out Setram, find a way to place Lust, it could be fun. Naja, interesting. Still though, yeah, I mean, okay, so 60 million is the only thing. 14 million with Torador? Yeah, probably give him like more of a damage artifact or something, I don't know. Hard to say. Could be a couple things. Unowned? Oh no! Unowned? So that's the reason why our heroes are performing worse. We don't have the 0.7% attack bonus. Ah, gosh damn it. We do have the one for Volker though. Nah, obviously the 0.7%, they don't do anything. Let me see what's going on. That's pretty impressive. So, here we have someone that was able to do massively more damage than we did. And that is, I think, the Asian server with 53,000. And that is also, if you, as you can see, with less awakenings, right? So obviously Raiga A5, sure. But Sorkadens isn't A5, and then you have a Hex. And then obviously Lyra. So he was able to break the 60 million damage shield with these 4. And then the magic damage, I mean, it makes sense, right? If you think about it, if you can take on the 60 million physical shield with 1 less unit, that means you have more damage dealers for when the 60 million shield breaks and you do the last phase swap over into magical again. So that's pretty impressive. You would kill for it, but you wouldn't pay for it. That's interesting. So it's pretty much just about optimizing like the final process, I guess. Oh yeah, that's something I'm not quite sure. Is the Solkadens change already live on the Asian servers? I have no idea. But what I do know is that Solkadens does become more deadly with his with his change. I mean, realistically, like, A5 Phineas, unimportant, you can live without the A4. The A3 is obviously quite helpful in giving more crit damage. When an ally uses the ultimate, he gains stacks, grants them stack, deal damage, burning, penetration, doubles the effect. Attack, 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 attack. Yeah. I mean, a couple of these awakenings are more there for the, alright, I guess you exist, you aren't that important type of deal. But where would we gain more damage, right? How do we increase our damage by, what is this, maybe 150 million? Who do we add more to gain 150 million damage, right? That's the big boy shenanigan question. Yeah, I mean, the damage reduction is supposed to come from Phineas, but if Phineas only afflicts the 15% instead of the 30% at an unopportune time, we're basically dead, right? So if Phineas decides, okay, now isn't the time for us to use the Blade of Treachery, then we're basically dead. So that's the problem, relying on a non-guaranteed full uptime ability, right? So what we've seen is obviously Rygar with A5 instead of a Torador. But what really makes me wonder is how do you keep that Rygar alive? I mean, we really did try with pretty much full HP stacks, so gear like this, right? HP, 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 and it just wasn't enough. So maybe we would have to time our ultimates differently. It's hard to say. I don't know. It depends. The key artifact too, you name it. But I mean, for the guy that sent us the screenshot on Discord, might as well send us the gear, right? Might as well just send us the gear, so that we know how he made him survive. Man, I don't like this thumbnail. I don't like it. My idea to save war. But I guess it works. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, taking out Torador, we would gain more physical. Allows us to take out Setrum. I mean, I guess... Oh, okay. Full HP bonus subset only, no main HP gear. Yeah, that's kind of what we are rocking. 81,800 HP. How much HP do we have? 67,000? Where's the big difference? One main HP gear. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. HP percent, crit rate, attack, crit damage, attack speed. Oh, did I sell it? Ah, shit. I know that I farmed for it. Yeah, I know that I farmed for it, but in like trying to make space for the new gear upgrades and everything, probably sold it. Yeah, because I changed out my rules and all in hopes of getting more fuck, so we don't have a HP percent where you name it, right? That's unfortunate. I was debating if I was gonna regret this decision, but I didn't really. Unfortunate. Sovereign Arcana, HP, crit rate, damage, 2. I mean, I had all the gear prepared for example, Malvira. But I guess I took out the rule and then deleted the gear. Shit happens. What the fuck? Why is this quick equipping the way it's quick equipping? Okay, let's skip this one, it's kind of weird. There we go. Okay, so Raiga A5 is just not something we can do right now. But if we were to do so, it's probably Setrum out, Torador out, Raiga in, Hex in. And kinda keep the team pretty much like this. So we added more magic damage, more damage during the magic phase overall. Yeah. If only that was survivable. Yeah, but the issue with that is then we have to rely on Phineas reliably putting down his, like, defense down, damage reduction, whatever thing. And also we're losing out on vampirism. You might not think about it that much, but this is actually really important. The fact that she heals herself by 7% max HP and that allies also restore 2% max HP for basic attacks is actually really important piece of, like, generous survivability. Especially if you introduce Ryga, who basically does the same thing but adds an additional 3%. So if you combine Ryga and Volker, you're gaining a 5% HP boost every time you basic attack. And it just adds up, right? Oh, and also vulnerability. We would lose out on the vulnerability. It's a good decision that Volker is our free hero. It's a good decision. Yeah, I don't know. Gear-wise, we're already pretty deep when it comes to ridiculous setups. Could obviously always be deeper, but there's only so much further you can go from this. Obviously just like fixing up timings, making everything a little bit better, hitting everything a bit harder would obviously help. I don't know, I mean 44,800 is pretty good. And now that we know that the 60 million shield is the last shield, that's like pretty important information. I didn't even realize it, right? I played this fight so long, I was just looking at the whole fight. And I don't know, I thought there would be more shields. But with it just being a 60 million physical... Yeah. Could we swap out Diao, Constance for Diao? Not in this team comp. Because we then have too many platform units and then, or like not enough ground, and then we have to like swap them out and then left, right. So it's not that simple. And also we would have to, for example, take out Fercy out of the Infernals. And Constance does actually help quite a lot when it comes to healing. And I guess her Inspiration Burst should still be stronger than what a Diao brings, even Diao with a faction. Because you're looking at still a 45% inspiration rather than a 25, right? Even though it's like, okay, no penetration bonus, but penetration comes like from elsewhere and stuff. Leia, Elowen and Beelzebub. Yeah. But that kind of seems like a setup that it intends to do the most amount of damage possible while giving up on breaking a certain shield. It's more of a, okay, so we can't break X shield anyway, let's try to get the most damage before we reach the shield, and that is obviously easier if you have someone like Leia, Elowen for rage cycling. That would be my best estimate on why a team like this even exists in the first place. I mean, yeah, if we get the Soul Cadence rework, if we get that HP piece for Ryga, And then maybe if we find a way to survive like this, and this might be a 50k plus. The problem with the Arbiters is you don't have enough single target damage. Currently, Arbiters are lacking hard hitters when it comes to single target. You maybe have like Jira, who also doesn't do crazy amounts of damage. When it comes to like the physical side of things, maybe Praetus, Ingrid, if you stretch it. Yeah, but work, yes, but it depends on how high you want to go, right? If you have everything A5 with crazy gear, you can get like a 35k chest with Arbiters. But obviously, at least for the 61, it just doesn't. Jira dies from the tank busters. Not if you have a unit nearby, because Jira should by all means be tankier than a Raiga. And if a Raiga can survive, then so can a Jira. She takes the 30x. Yeah, but she also increases her max HP like over multiple stages, multiple times. So she is overall just way tankier, right? Here, increase max HP by 30. Increases max HP by 60. And also look at this massive base max HP of 31,497. It's just overall a massive, massive HP pool. Yeah, I mean the artifact obviously scales better with her. I guess awakening wise, they're not that important. This one might save her once, don't think it's that big. Yeah, and this one will just be like a damage increase. Does Stalin suck? Oh, absolutely, because he does AoE damage. I don't know if you need Diao to keep him alive. Because for the shield, wouldn't you have Diao in damage stance anyway? Because keep in mind, Alien does what Diao already does. Right here. This 15% less damage received is the same as damage received minus 15% physical, minus 15% magical. So the only difference between Diao and Aelin is, I guess you could say, her having a 20% damage reduction due to obviously then A3, right? Or like a 25%. Let me see, is it a 20 or 25%? Yeah, so 25%. So it would be a 10% difference. It doesn't stack with Diao. It does not stack with Diao. It's the same buff. Diao provides 25% at A3 or 20 normally. The same way that Aelin permanently provides 15. It is the same buff. Should I prove it to you? I mean, why not? So, we have Alien in, we have Diao in. Okay? Alien, Diao in. We go in, and we place down Hex. So, Hex is here, and we place down Diao. Right? Diao starts spinning. Diao applies 25% reduction. Magical physical damage reduction takes effect only when stronger than the current buff debuff, same attribute. Hex goes in, Aelin goes in. We wait for Aelin to build her stacks. If we can even survive that long. Alien builds her stacks, and boom, all of a sudden, magical damage reduction, physical damage reduction, 15%. Right? It's the same thing. So if you're using Alien and expect the Diao to like stack together, make something greater, it's the same. Yeah, I also thought maybe it would be like a different 15% reduction, but it's the same one. Legendary, we already have perfect gear. I mean, okay, you could say we might be missing like 1 or 2 bars. Not everything is full red, but still, this no, just no. This crit rate doesn't matter because crit rate is already above 100. Here we could add some extra, nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yes, you could argue that in some cases our attack speed is a bit lower. Like, for example, this could be like 420, but still. Like, if we look at the max stats, we would be missing. So the maximum attack speed you could get if every single piece has red attack speed roll would be 550, which obviously is more than 412, but it also starts dropping rapidly the effect of attack speed. Attack bonuses, let's assume we have 25 times 5, meaning 125%. The maximum would be 5 times 33%. So 100, so 66, 132, 165%. So technically we're missing 40% attack bonus, which for Kigiri would be like 3000 additional attack on top of this. I mean, crit damage, let's assume we have, I don't know, 30% on everything, giving us 180%. No, 150%. The maximum on crit damage is... The maximum on crit damage is let me see. Maximum on crit damage, come on. Maximum on crit damage would be 44%, so 44 times 5, 220%. So we would be missing like 70% crit damage, but no. It's just not, just not it, you know. Even then, like you just getting 2 red stats on a piece is already basically impossible. So might as well forget about it. Let's see if our friend No Chance did an attack. No, he did not. Yeah, I guess my evening from now on and whatnot consists of us looking for Soulbond Arcana HP %, crit damage, attack speed piece. I mean, we could make this piece work if I roll everything else. But then we would need 100%, like 25% on every other. Yeah, this would be 25%. This would need to be 25%. This crit rate would be 25%, and this one would need to be 25%. And then we could swap this one out versus a piece that's. Nah, I have to wait until we get it dropped. But we are also so man, this whole gear farming and stuff. Man, I was so rushed. I had to keep so many pieces trying to keep track of all of these. Like, we have like 20 spots open. I can't really farm gear. I don't have enough slots and not enough space. So, I think, at least for the moment, we're gonna end it here. We did manage to break the 60 million shield. We figured out the fact that indeed you cannot break any further shields. So now it's just a question of how do we gain 150 million damage between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DPSs. 150 divided by 6 would be an average of around what, 27,000 damage. So we need to do like 20, yeah, no, I think it's a raw 25, right? We just need to increase the damage of everybody by 25 million, and then we can hit 60k. So this shouldn't be too difficult, am I right? Yeah. Okay, so we managed to break the 60 million shield, and I think that's when we're gonna call it today. We see each other when we have like a next interesting idea, but keep in mind, even if you think this content is like unbeatable or whatever, we are supposed to get new stages on the 25th already, so stay tuned. I'm gonna have guides out on them ASAP. I'll probably wake up at like 6 in the morning, see if they're already there, and then try to give you like the guides as soon as possible. So that's Tuesday. Monday, I don't know if I do anything on Monday. So yeah, we see each other in the next one as usual.